Hello, welcome back. Today again, great stuff. 3 topics, but around one theme in a way. The big theme is Blue Note, Blue Note jazz. We talk about the new tone poet. I showed briefly at the beginning. Curtain Call, Hank Mobley. Beautiful stuff, of course. Then we talk about, yet again, 2 announcements from the classic series, and we really can say that those are classic Blue Note releases, great stuff. And I share my thoughts why there is this delay up until October with a lot of tone poet announcements, and I think this delay has something to do with this beauty. I'm quite sure that it has, and this also has some implications in my opinion, and we talk about it briefly. But let's start with the 2 new announcements. I will put down the links in the video description below if you want to support the channel or want to have more information about those. And on the 17th of June, we will see 2 real classics. We will see Sonny Clark, dial S for Sonny. I have here the Music Matters Jazz 45 RPM, the glare, huh? 45 RPM version with the beautiful gatefold Stoughton jackets. Gorgeous album. This will be out on the 17th of June. Of course, quite a classic release. It was originally released, let me have a look, 1957, and we have Art Farmer on trumpet, Curtis Fuller on trombone, Hank Mobley on tenor sax, Sonny Clark on the piano, Wilbur Ware on bass, and Louis Hayes on drums. Gorgeous one, great one, of course, and maybe even a bit more of a classic release when it comes to Blue Note. Lou Donaldson, Blues Walk. I have here the incredible SRX version of this fantastic album. Yet again, with the session photos in a gatefold jacket from Stoughton, which of course all of you probably know, but let me say it here once again, we won't see on the classic series releases, but they have an incredible good price, so you can't have it all. Here the original is from 1958, and we have Lou Donaldson on alto sax, Herman Foster on piano, Peck Morrison on bass, Dave Bailey on drums, and Ray Barretto on the conga. And you know, this is what Joe Harley talked about in the video. We will see those Music Matters jazz releases in the classic series, not in the tone poet. There is one huge exception, we come into that in a minute, but in the classic series we will see some of those, or maybe even over the years, a lot of those Music Matters jazz releases. And if you when you get a clean copy, and it has been better nowadays, you get fantastic releases. So don't be too sorry that those Music Matters jazz releases are gone. Yeah, the big exception when it comes to the tone poet and Music Matters jazz releases is, as Joe Harley announced in the video, is this all-time classic. John Coltrane's Blue Train. And it's quite obvious that we will see that in September this year as a tone poet. And I think that's the reason why all those other tone poets are postponed. You know, I asked him why the Norah Jones, the 20th anniversary of the Norah Jones, wasn't a tone poet, and he said, yeah, we can do that, but then you won't see a tone poet for 6 months. Because those releases has such high numbers that even means, okay, if we press that many titles, that many pieces of one title, we can't do other titles. And the main problem here, I think, is the jacket. I think the jacket is the bigger problem, to get those jackets in that high numbers. But I think if you consider and think carefully that those titles are postponed, may mean, and I'm only guessing here, that the edition of the John Coltrane Soul Train we will see this anniversary, it might mean that this will have more than one disc, more than one record. It's a feeling, but I'm quite sure, and this of course would be awesome, would be awesome. Whatever the content of the other discs may be, but I'm quite sure, and he said it, this will be quite something special. And okay, so we have to wait a little longer for the other titles, but hey, it's probably absolutely worth it. And this, of course, I think this will be huge. This will be huge. I hope they I hope they won't be surprised by the sheer amount of pre-orders, and that we really will see those titles, and this title and the other titles in October and this title in September, so that they don't have to postpone them further due to an incredible high amount of people who does pre-order. And I can imagine there are probably quite a few who want to have this incredible release. Okay, now for the main feature in a way, of this video, Hank Mobley, Curtain Call, the new tone poet. I got it yesterday, gave it a listen. We have the usual stuff. We have Kevin Gray doing the master. We have Joe Harley supervising the whole process. We have the incredible, beautiful Stoughton jackets. We have the gatefold with the session photos. We have a release here that came out in 1984. But that's of course not the time it was recorded. It was originally recorded in, I think, 57. Let me have a look. I don't find... Here it is. Recorded on August the 18th, 1957. We have Kenny Dorn on trumpet. We have Hank Mobley on tenor sax. We have Sonny Clark on piano. We have Jim Rouser on bass, and we have Art Taylor on drums. And let me start with that point. I hope you can see it. It's we have labeled it as a stereo release. And I don't know. Is this a stereo release? I would bet it's mono, but of course I can be wrong. Maybe some of you, or maybe Joe Harley, if you look at, is it really stereo? Help us out here. Help us out here. I'm not that sure that this is a stereo release. Okay. As I said, 1957, hard bop, beautiful swing, very, very almost loungy, and it came originally out on vinyl, and it's only one time on vinyl in 1984, and this is a Japanese release, so this is quite something, and great that we have it now on vinyl as a fantastic tone poet. The mastering is the usual, which is a great thing, of course, the usual punchy, clear, dynamic mix that we get from Kevin Gray. Typical sound, great stuff, very clear, very beautiful. It's probably not the best recording Rudy Van Gelder ever did, but again, I can be wrong here. It's just, again, it's something like a gut feeling. Correct me, or let's discuss if you see it the same. But we get another tone poet, another must-have. Beautiful release. Quite happy with it once more. And let's hope they keep them coming, but that's what Joe Harley promised us. They will keep them coming, although there will be months where we don't get tone poets, but we will see a lot of tone poets in the upcoming years, and this is incredible, beautiful stuff. That's it for today. Thank you for your time. See you on the next one. Bye.